Pulses to buy pulses.
Hello everybody, my name is Hope Rasmussen and today we are talking about pulses. Now pulses are the edible seeds of plants in the legume family. They grow in pods and come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. Now 3 of the most common pulses are beans, chickpeas, and lentils. Beans are low in fat, but high protein, fiber, iron, folate, and other key nutrients. They are important for cardiovascular health, cancer prevention, blood sugar control, weight management, and healthy babies. Some people may avoid beans due to gas that it causes. However, beans will cause less gas if you consume them on a regular basis. Now you can either buy dried beans or canned beans. Dried beans are cheaper than canned beans, adding up to about 15 cents per serving. However, they take a little bit longer to prepare.
To prepare the dry beans, carefully examine them and throw away any rocks or other debris found in the beans. Also, toss out any discolored or shriveled beans. Next, rinse them with water and place them in a large pot or glass bowl to soak for 8 hours or overnight. Drain them and rinse them with fresh water. And add the beans and fresh water to a large pot. You will first take it up to a boil and then put it on low and cover it for about an hour or until the beans are tender.
Canned beans are a bit more expensive, usually around $1 per can. However, they are ready to go, so it's a lot easier. Canned beans contain higher amounts of sodium than less processed beans, and many cans of beans contain more than 1,000 milligrams of sodium per cup. If you rinse off the canned beans, you're still left with 700 milligrams of sodium, which is about half of what we should consume for the entire day. So you want to look for beans with a reduced sodium label. That would be really good. However, these beans still contain all of the valuable nutrients as their dry counterparts and can be part of a healthy diet. Now, whether you decide to go for dry beans or for canned beans is up to you. They are both great in quality and a healthy addition to your diet. Chickpeas, also called garbanzo beans, are the world's second most widely grown legume after the soybean. Chickpeas are high in protein, fiber, magnesium, manganese, iron, phosphorus, copper, folate, and zinc. Like beans, chickpeas can either be bought dried or canned. Now, with the dried chickpeas, these can be stored in an airtight container in a cool, dark place for up to 12 months. The longer they are held, the more hydration they lose, and the harder it is to boil them. Now, once the chickpeas are cooked, they can be stored in an airtight container in the fridge for up to 3 days.
To prepare the dried chickpeas, first open the bag and sort through the beans that you want to use to make sure that there are no stones or debris. Once this is done, add them to a large bowl and soak for about 12 hours or overnight. After this, rinse them off and add them to a large pot. Boil them in water for about an hour or until they are tender.
Canned chickpeas can be stored on the shelf for its shelf life, and make sure to rinse these off before preparing them and for serving them to get rid of any extra salt there is. Lentils are high in fiber, protein, folate, potassium, and iron, and they are low in fat and sodium. Now you can buy either dried lentils or canned lentils. Store dried lentils in an airtight container in a cupboard or a cool, dry place for up to 1 year. Cover and refrigerate within 2 hours of cooking. Now, dried lentils that have been cooked can last about 5 to 7 days in the refrigerator or up to 6 months in the freezer.
Dried lentils are very nice because they take a little less time to prepare than the other dried beans. So first, like the other two, sort through the lentils and pick out any stones, then rinse them off with water and add them to a large pot and simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes until they are tender.
Canned lentils can keep in the cupboard for up to 1 year. After opening and rinsing them off, store them in a covered or airtight container in the fridge for up to 3 to 4 days. You can also freeze cooked lentils for 1 to 2 months. Canned lentils that are frozen will be quite soft once defrosted, so you can add them to your cooked dishes.
Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for a recipe starring beans next week.